Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. This is episode 425 and I have a whole bunch of finished objects today. I have some new projects as well that I started and finished. So let's get started. My first two that I'm going to show you are actually sewing projects. We have a lady at our church that likes flamingos. And it turns out one of my grandsons has liked flamingos since he was a little guy. He's now almost 19 years old. Next month he'll be 19. He still loves flamingos. In fact, yeah, he's just always enjoyed them. He's going in the near future down to Florida to do the flamingo, which you get to actually be up close and personal with flamingos. So yeah, very excited about it. So this lady at church, when we were talking, and I said to her, I said, yeah, my grandson loves flamingos. She was like, I've got some flamingo material that I don't know what to do with, and she gave it to me, and I made a flamingo pillow for my grandson. This was a throw pillow that I already had that hadn't been used. It actually had 2 shamrocks on it. And some tassels. I cut the tassels off because they were like bright green, and then I just sewed this onto the front of it. So there you can see that. So I know he will love it because he loves flamingos. So there's that. And then I've had this material, I'll hold it up for you. This is like a jersey material, which is really nice. You don't have to iron it or anything. And it just drapes really nice. The funny thing with this material is years ago, my mother made a dress, probably in the 70s, and then she passed it on to me like in the mid 80s, and I wore it till it literally fell apart. But it was like sleeveless, and I think it was sleeveless, yeah, sleeveless, and the neck had like a little small turtleneck to it. And then around the waist, it had like multiple bands of elastic thread. So it kind of like smocked in the middle. I loved that dress. The smocking eventually completely dry rotted. But anyway, this material, it's funny, looks identical to what I remember of that. So I bought this material, it's been over a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And I hadn't made anything with it. And so I got in the mood to do a little bit of sewing. So I made a dress. It's just short sleeved, scoop neckline. It does have a waistband here, but you can't really see it because of the darkness of the material. So yeah, it's really comfortable. It's very stretchy too, as you can see. We like stretchy. Yeah. So anyway, I will stick a little clip in of me modeling it. So here is my dress, and the waistband falls right about here. I did a little modification that way too because I didn't want it to be too high, so it is right here is where the waist falls, and it is short sleeved, a little bit longer of a short sleeve, hides the bat wings, scoop neck, and yeah, it's really comfortable, it's stretchy, and yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing it. I'm debating I might actually wear it for Easter instead of the dress I had planned. So yeah, real happy with it. So there it is. So I was real happy with how this turned out. I did modify the pattern slightly just because I don't want my scoop neck to be too scoopy. I like my necklines up a little higher, and I wanted the dress a little longer because the pattern actually called for it about knee length or a little longer. I'm not that graceful. I tend to bend over without thinking. I like my skirts at least calf length or longer, just for modesty's sake, because like I said, I'm not real graceful. So anyway, that is my other sewing project that I finished. Then I finished 2 more washcloths. So I now have a total of 10, which should be plenty. I still have lots of this yarn. I think there's like 400 and some yards per skein, and I have half a skein. My windows are open, you can hear birds outside. But anyway, yeah, I still have a half a skein of this and another full skein on top of it. I will have washcloths forever. So yeah, so I have a total of 10 of those. And then in yesterday's video, if you missed it, you can click right here. I had a Knit Picks yarn haul where I had purchased 7 mini skein sets, and each set had 5 mini skeins in it. The skeins, each mini skein was 20 grams, or I believe it was 100, I forget the yardage, 190 yards, something like that. I forget exactly what it was. So I took one of them and I crocheted it up. I am going to make a big Hexi blanket. I had so much fun making the Hexi blanket this past winter. So I am making another one, but this one is, the Hexis are an extra row. The ones I made with the smaller Hexi blanket that I have only had 4 rows. So it was a total coming across here of 8. I've done 5, so there's 10 stitches on each side. So I thought, well, how many do I get out of each mini skein? Out of a 20-gram skein, I got 5 of these plus almost a 6th one. So each one is roughly taking between 3 and 4 grams to make. So that gave me an idea of how many I would get out of the 35 total mini skeins that I have. So then I was curious, if you watched the video, I showed you that some of them were duplicates. So I set up the yarn advent calendar for next December, and I will never remember what's in each little pouch. I used the advent calendar pouch that Yoka made for me several years ago. I reuse it all the time because it's really neat, and it has lighthouses on it, and I love lighthouses. So anyway, but some of the skeins were duplicates, so I pulled those duplicates out so I could crochet them up now. So I will show you all the colors that were duplicates and what they look like so far. So you saw these. This one I believe was called Frost. Some of them I do remember the names of. This one, I really like this. This one is Poppy Fields. And it's funny because I look at the colors of gold in here, and it reminds me of a shawl that I designed called Keeping You in Stitches. It's in different shades of gold, just like this. So there's that one. I don't remember what the name of this one was that was pink. There was this one that was different tonal reds. This one was called Heartfelt. This one, Cordial. I remember what it was. It was Cordial, or Cordial. So it's different deep, there you can see it real good, deep burgundies. I don't remember what the name of this one. This is Purples. This was Violet something or other. And this was Wine Tasting. So yes, I've been having fun getting my little Hexi fix. So I'm still working on those, and I will be working my way through my duplicate yarns. And then the rest I'm going to have to set it aside until December when I start opening up this year's Vlogmas. So that was that project that I worked on. Now let me get to my works in progress. So we'll get started first with my knitted project. And this is the Tussa Terra. This is from Expression Fiber Arts. It is a sweater done top down, and since last week I have gone this far, so about 3 inches from up here down. So it's about 3 inches, yeah. And I love this blue that I'm using. It is a, what was it? It's a Knit Crate yarn. It's not knit, was it Knitology? I don't remember what it was. I will stick it here, what it is called, but it is super soft. It does have, I believe it was silk and cashmere in it. So when I'm holding up this sweater, it is going to be so soft to wear, because this other yarn this multicolored yarn here, this is hedgehog fibers. And then the white and the pink are Brooklyn tweed. And they are soft, but nothing is as soft as this blue. And this is what the rest of the body of the sweater is going to be, is in this blue, because I have 3 skeins of it. But it is so, so soft. It's going to be a very comfortable sweater to wear. It's very lightweight also. It is fingering weight, but it is just a lightweight, but I love the look of that. Just very feminine looking, so I think I'm going to really like this sweater. So that is my knitted work in progress, and then my crocheted work in progress. I am making it. It is a free pattern. It is called the Dubet poncho, and it is Yarnspirations. That's the site you can get it on, and the creator of it, the designer, is Bonnie Barker, and she does have a YouTube channel called Bonnie Bay Crochet, and she has a tutorial for this poncho. I'm actually almost done. Let me show you where I am at. Last week I had just, see if I can hold this up. Last week I had just finished this part of the, basically the neckline, the yoke part of the poncho. I've gone all the way down here, and I'll hold this up so you can see it close up. And I counted it, and I have about 6 rows to go, and I have enough yarn. I'm looking at the ball of yarn that's now rolling around on my kitchen floor. But yeah, it looks like I will have plenty of it. And these marks here, these blue bands here, are actually intended to be button bands, because the actual poncho has buttons here and here. I'm not putting those on. I'm going to put buttons on, but I didn't need, the hole is big enough. I can get it over my head without the buttons, without needing button holes. So I'm just going to put decorative buttons on them. When I get finished, I'll look for some buttons that will look good with this, and they will just be for decorative purposes. But yeah, there is the Dubet poncho. I have 2 skeins of this yarn, and this yarn is Hot Cakes from Plymouth Yarns, and the color is Denim Mix. So, and it's funny because I have a lot of things I'm going to be able to wear this with. I have some skirts and pants that are both in the blue color. I have some tan skirts. There's even a gray. I have gray. So I even have a dress. I have several dresses that are blue and white. 2 of them that I just recently purchased, and 1 that I already had. So I think this is going to get a lot of use. And it is rounded at the bottom, as you'll see in this picture. I don't care for pointed ponchos. I like the ones that are rounded more, because I just find that in order to come down far enough on your arm, the point hangs down to your knees. Which with a shape like mine makes me look squashier than I already am. So yeah, I like the rounded ones. So that's what this is. So that's what I've been working on this week. What have you been working on? Now, as you saw, our show and tell segment was short this week, short and sweet. If you would like to participate in show and tell, it is open to everyone. You just need to contact me over at Katrina Knits on Facebook. You can just message me, or you can just type on the page and I'll get back to you. Or you can contact me over at my email address, which is KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Send me a picture of your project and tell me a little bit about it and how you would like your name used on the segment. And it does not need to be just knitting or crochet. It can be anything that you've made craft-wise that you'd like to share. And it doesn't need to be a brand new project either. It could be something that's in your past that you would like to share, that's especially attractive, or a favorite project that you'd like to share with us. So if you want to do that, we would appreciate it, because we all like looking at what each other makes. So what am I reading? I finished the Murder, She Wrote, Snowy with a Chance of Murder, and it was very good. I had an inkling all the way through that this particular person was involved in some way in the case, but I wasn't quite sure where the connection was. So I was totally surprised at the very end. I knew people were connected into this somehow, but I wasn't sure how the whole thing fit together. So yeah, it was a good book. It was a quick read. I think I read it in just a couple days. So that was the new Murder, She Wrote. I'm not reading anything currently because I'm waiting for some of the ones that I enjoy reading to get published at this point. So kind of in between books at this point, which is a good thing because it's really going to be busy the next month or so. So Friday's video coming up is going to be another of our Getting to Know You segments. And this one is going to be Cecilia Muller, who has a YouTube channel called Not Too Old to Be Crafty. And so she has sent me some pictures of some of her projects and some information about her. And if you would like to participate in that, you can also contact me over at my email at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. It's 10 questions, fiber related, and just to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then you can submit some pictures, and then I put the whole thing together for you. So you don't have to do any of the technical work or anything like that. But I thought it was just a fun way to get to know each other and get to know some of the viewers. And if you have a YouTube channel, it's a good way for other people to get exposed to your channel. So if you are interested, contact me over at my email. So that will be Friday's video, and along with that video, I will be doing a tutorial on safety eyes. Those of us who make amigurumi, or those of us who don't but are questioning how to do this, we're going to talk about safety eyes and what they are and how to do them. So that will be Friday's video. Now it's time for... So if you saw my little video yesterday about the Lion brand sale, I'll tell you a little bit more about it in case you missed that video. What it is, Lion brand is offering 4 skeins for $20. So roughly it's $5 per skein. It is on select yarns, and there's no coupon code needed. You can mix and match. You don't have to buy 4 skeins of the same color or kind of yarn. You can mix and match between the selected yarns that are on sale. And the discount applies as you put multiples of 4 into your cart. Then the discount shows up. So that sale ends on Monday. Lovecrafts, they are continuing with their clearance sale, which is up to 70% off. No coupon code needed. All of the links to these sales are down below in the description box. And if you purchase through that link, I am an affiliate, so I do get a commission out of that sale, and it does go to help the YouTube channel. It helps for buying yarn, doing giveaways, paying for the postage, things like that. So Knit Picks. Knit Picks is having a spring fling, let me see if I can say this clearly, spring fling pattern sale. Select patterns are on sale for 99 cents. That sale ends on Monday. So I looked over there and they had some nice, they had sweaters and everything for like 99 cents. And they had knit and crochet patterns. So that is over at Knit Picks, like I said, patterns for 99 cents. That ends on Monday. They also have a lot of yarn over in their clearance section. Sometimes when I go look at their clearance section, they don't have that much yarn in there. They have more tools and notions and things like that. But right now they do have a good bit of yarn over in their clearance section. And they also, their yarn of the month is Dishy, and which is like cotton that you use for your dishcloths and things like that. You know, dishcloths. And that is 20% off. That's their yarn of the month. We Crochet, which is the sister company of Knit Picks, they are offering 20% off of their Yummy yarn. Now what their Yummy yarn is, it's like that velvety yarn you use for amigurumis or little stuffies, things like that. It's that thick fuzzy yarn like Premier Parfait. It's that type of yarn. So it's thick velvety yarn, 20% off. It ends on Sunday, so it ends on Easter, which is an odd day for it to end on, but that's when it does, so it's good for today, ends tomorrow. You do need to use a coupon code for that, which is 4YUMMY25, in order to get 20% off of their Yummy yarns. They also are running on their Comfy yarn, which is a 75% Pima cotton, 25% acrylic. That's the Comfy yarn. It is a worsted weight, and they are running a special where if you buy 3 skeins, you get the 4th one for free. You do need to use a coupon code for that, which is 4COMFY25 in order to get that discount. And each of those skeins, they are $6.49, and they're 109 yards. So that is the Comfy yarn that they have. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a happy Resurrection Day tomorrow, and I will see you again on Friday when we will get to learn more about Cecilia as well as Safety Eyes. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye, everybody.